Hey, what's up guys, Benny here. Now, for me, one of the most exciting things about Apex Legends is the sheer amount of content that Respawn are going to be sending our way with regular updates to the game. Some of which is confirmed and some which is being discussed and rumoured about based on what studios like Epic Games have managed to do with Fortnite. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the biggest updates that we can expect coming to Apex Legends over the game's first year, along with some big dates in the calendar that you'll want to pencil in. A big update that will be coming to Apex Legends will be the launch of Season 1. Respawn have released the game's Year 1 roadmap, which you may have already seen, which shows everything that we can expect over the course of the game's first year, though of course there will also be a load of surprises along the way. Season 1 is kicking off in March, so we'll get the update anytime within the next couple of weeks, which will introduce the game's Battle Pass, which is a concept I'm sure you're fully aware of, as it'll be similar to Fortnite, Blackout and PUBG. Each season will also include new weapons, new legends and new loot, which we'll get onto during this video. But the launch of Season 1 is a pretty big deal and could also see the kickoff of the game's competitive scene, which we've seen a little bit of with Twitch rivals between content creators, but would love to see a little bit more. That could be anything from a ranked or tournament mode with competitive ladders for us to climb to potentially earn prize money or qualify for tournaments, but it's something I can definitely see Respawn looking into doing to help build their competitive scene, which with some pro teams already picking up Apex Legends players would not surprise me in the slightest. One of the huge updates that everyone is screaming for, me especially, is crossplay. This allows you to play with any of your friends whatever platform they're playing on, whether that's PC, Xbox or PlayStation. And like Fortnite, Apex Legends is one of the few games that has the ability to introduce this flawlessly, as every player is playing the exact same game no matter what platform they decide to play on. Updates when they're released are released at the same time, unlike games like Blackout, which is a marketing deal with PlayStation, meaning that content is delayed on other platforms. But we definitely know that crossplay is coming because lead producer at Respawn, Drew McCoy, said that we do have plans for allowing players to play with their friends on other platforms, but no time frame for that, unfortunately. But what this means when it is finally introduced into Apex Legends is that you can play on whatever platform you prefer, and you can play with all your friends without having to switch console, which is something that I've had to do quite a lot, as I prefer playing on Xbox, but some of my best friends that I play games with are on PlayStation, so I have to constantly switch between the two. So crossplay is an update that I can't wait to be added to Apex Legends. It's not a simple process for Respawn to achieve, but will definitely be an incredible update. Now, a lot of people believe that playing mouse and keyboard is the best way to experience Apex Legends, which you'll see a lot of top players and streamers like Shroud and Ninja do on their PCs on a regular basis. Now, personally, I prefer using a controller as that's what I'm used to, but one huge update that could come to Apex Legends is the ability to use mouse and keyboard on Xbox. One of the big features that Xbox have implemented on the Xbox One is the ability for developers to add mouse and keyboard support to their games. Now, with Apex Legends trying to compete against other free-to-play battle royales like Fortnite, which has actually taken advantage of this feature from Xbox, which has allowed players to use mouse and keyboards on Xbox One whilst playing Fortnite. They've also helped ensure that the game still remains fair and doesn't put players using a controller at a disadvantage by putting players into mouse and keyboard only lobbies, which meant that Epic made sure that everyone in the game would be either on Xbox One or PC. And if you started the game with a controller on Xbox One, you wouldn't be able to just switch over to using a mouse and keyboard to help make sure that every game was fair. Another thing you would see with this feature and crossplay was that if another player was partied up where one of them was using an Xbox One controller and one was using mouse and keyboard, they would go up against other teams doing the exact same thing, which for me is something that I'd love to see, as I've got friends that play on PC that I don't always get a chance to play with. And because it's been such a huge success with Fortnite since Epic Games implemented it, I think it is something that we could definitely see coming to Apex Legends during its first year, and I'm all for it. Another thing that we know is definitely going to be constantly updated in Apex Legends is the addition of brand new weapons into the game. And with the game only being out a few weeks, we've already seen our first brand new gun added to the game with the Havoc energy rifle. The game currently has 20 guns for you to use and enjoy, all filling different roles from single shot weapons to burst rifles and fully automatic machine guns. But it's something you definitely want to have consistently updated to help keep things fresh and exciting within the game. Energy weapons are also currently the least widely available in Apex Legends, so I can see us potentially getting an energy shotgun or pistol next, or quite possibly the L-Star, which is another LMG. Make sure to let us know what you would most like to see in the comments below. Maybe a rocket launcher, because that would be pretty damn awesome. A huge part of Apex Legends is of course the legends themselves, and it's definitely something we're going to see consistently expand over the coming months. So some of the big game updates that we'll be receiving is of course new legends being added to the roster. There's already rumors from people deep diving on Reddit on potential new legend, Octane, which PC Gamer went into a little bit more detail about, labeling him as a high-speed daredevil whose passive allows him to heal his health over time when he's not in combat, and for 10% of his health would increase his movement speed by 30% for 6 seconds, and also make him immune to slow effects like Bangalore's ultimate. Octane's ultimate would also allow him to put down a jump pad to be able to travel across the map quickly and get out of difficult situations, which reminds me a lot of jump pads in Fortnite, so we know it would definitely be a feature that would fit and work within Apex Legends. We also have to remember Octane hasn't been confirmed by Respawn and is just a rumor, but new legends will definitely be added, which was confirmed by the Apex Legends roadmap that we did see a little earlier on in the video. But personally, I can't wait to see what legends are added and the different hitbox sizes and abilities that we'll get to use, because it's just going to make the game so much more exciting and just change the game's meta. Now, this next update is one that I think is one of the most important to Apex Legends players, because it's something that we don't see very much in many of the other major battle royales other than PUBG, but that is new maps being added into Apex Legends. We currently have Kings Canyon, but Vince Zampella, who is the co-founder and CEO of Respawn, said that we'll probably release other maps that are bigger if we decide they're fun. So if the game continues to be as successful as it is now, we can almost be certain that we'll get updates in the future that will implement brand new maps. But we could also potentially see games with more than 60 players if they decide to introduce bigger maps, which I can't wait to see. But do make sure to let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see bigger or smaller maps in Apex Legends. Now, for the past few years, EA have hosted an event called EA Play around E3, which is where they've made all their game announcements and reveals for the year, and also been a place that content creators and attendees have been able to get hands-on with some of EA titles. So, potentially, if EA hold EA Play again this year, there is a chance, with Apex Legends being such a major title for them this year, that we can expect to see and learn about some brand new content coming to Apex Legends at that event, which would be awesome. And based on the Apex Legends roadmap that we saw earlier, it would be around the same time that Season 2 launches for Apex Legends, so that would make perfect sense if that is where we will see what we'll be getting our hands on during Apex Legends Season 2. Another update that I'd like to see, especially as Legends individual stats are already being tracked, is a leaderboard being added into Apex Legends, a place where you can see your total wins across all legends, your kill death ratio, accuracy, and other stats that will help you measure yourself against other players in the community. Most games seem to have gone away from trying to give you as many detailed stats that are publicly visible, and if you look back at the Call of Duty days when people used to cheat to get to the top, it's unlikely that we'll see leaderboards added into Apex Legends anytime soon, and we'll have to keep using third-party websites. But I think it would be a nice addition to Apex Legends. And finally, the last big update that we'll see in Apex Legends is new modes being added into the game. This may include things like duos and squads or shotgun-only modes, giving the Mozambique a chance to shine. But I think this is one of the most exciting things with Apex Legends, is there is so much opportunity for Respawn to really give us as players different experiences within what I believe to be a great foundation that they have with Apex Legends. So new modes, new maps, new legends, guns, equipment are only going to help make the game even better. But there we have it. Those are some of the big updates that will be coming to Apex Legends over the course of the game's first year. Do make sure to share down in the comments below updates that you would like to see in Apex Legends. Also subscribe for more Apex Legends content and smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!